前回のエピソードの続きです。
Oh, and also, I sent you a video, like a foreign guy dancing on a train. そうで、最後にこれ聞きたかったのがね、僕最近2ヶ月ぐらい前の本業のレッスンでね、とある動画をパッて何も言わずに皆さんに送って、1週間かけてグループディスカッションで、これ賛成反対っていうのをディスカッションしたんですよ。で、それがどんな動画かっていうと、アメリカ人とかかな、欧米の方なんですけど、電車で音楽かけて、うわーって踊ってて、で、本当に何にも撮影しますとかの告知も多分してないと思うので、YouTuber だと思うんですけど、日本人の乗客とか座ってるんですね。で、その人たちに、はいハイタッチしようみたいな感じで行ったりとか、で、みんななんかもうシーンってしてて、で、電車降りてる人もいたりして、で、もう床でこう、なんかハイジャンプみたいなしたりとかして、っていう動画があって、これ賛成反対っていうのを聞いてたんですよ。Riley, about this video, is this acceptable or not acceptable from your, not acceptable from your perspective?
No, yeah, I think this is unacceptable, but
Hmm.
um it's yeah, I think this is one of the cases of someone who is deliberately breaking the rules for, content to make a funny video for his audience in whatever. I'm guessing America. I could be wrong, but like this person is doing this so that maybe intentionally to be like, oh, look at how quiet the Japanese people are. Isn't it funny how quiet and whatever reserved they are? That might it really be what he's trying to do. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe for him it would have been better if people had given him a high five and people were happy about his dancing on the train. I don't know, but it seems like the video is kind of made to almost make fun of Japanese people in a way.
Yeah, when I saw this for the first time, for me that was acceptable because I felt like, oh, Japanese people, be nicer, and then you can dance or you can, give him a high five together, or that's my first impression. But after I had a discussion, I had a lot of, discussion with my students. They were kind of against this. Then I got a new perspective, like, oh, yeah, that's true. Because he's doing in Japan, and then he doesn't respect our rules or culture. But yeah, you felt like this is unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of those things where he's not accidentally breaking the rules. It's not like he doesn't know the rules. He's intentionally breaking the rules for, entertainment, right? This is pretty similar to there's this it reminds me of at least this thing in the New York subway called Showtime. But that's a little bit different. Those people are like asking for money, so I'll send you a video if you want to watch it, where people dance in the subway and they do like tricks with the bars, like the handrails and stuff like that. It's a little bit like this, although it looks like this guy is not asking for money, but I guess he's doing it for TikTok. So it's kind of like this, and Showtime I always thought was annoying on the subway, but it's something that happens. I mean, people do it and they're trying to make money doing it, and usually they don't hit anybody. Sometimes they do, but it's kind of just something that you have to deal with on the train in New York that I guess usually you don't have to deal with on the train in Japan.
そっか。なるほどね。そう、ここは、だから、yeah, that's been the line you have been talking about. You said deliberately or not. Deliberately. Can you type it, please?
Sure.
そこが多分ライリーのポイントなんでしょうね。意図的かどうかっていう。なので一番最初に出たタバコのところもね、意図的じゃないんだったらっていう仕方ないよねっていう。そこは僕も本当にわかるので、100% agree. Sometimes Japanese people are too strict about the rules or to people who didn't know the rules. そうだから、意図的じゃない場合は、そうまずはちゃんと優しく伝えてあげるという意味で僕は全然許容できるので、そこがまずライリーのラインなんでしょうね。で、そうライリーはこの動画に関しては反対だと。 で、なんでかっていうと、意図的に、こう、もうルール破って、その動画の視聴の数のためにやってると。で、それがアメリカのショータイムと似てるっていう、ショータイムで調べてもらうと皆さんも出てくるんじゃないかなと。あとはネットで見たことあると思います。で、お金をこれは求めてるんですね。なんか電車で踊ったりなんとかしてパフォーマンスとしてお金をこうもらってっていう。ライリーはそれがもう鬱陶しいと思うタイプだったと。で、僕はなんか外国の人ってこういうのにすごい許容があって、みんなでわーイエーイ楽しいってなる感じのイメージがあったので、最初この動画、僕がね、さっき言ってた動画を見たときは、なんか日本ももうちょっとこういうのに乗れる感じになったら楽しいんじゃないかなって僕は最初思ってたんですよ。でも、一週間通していろんな方とディスカッションして、あ、そっか、やっぱり日本でこういうのしたら迷惑っていう、やっぱそういう視点もあるかって思ったときに、なんか両方の視点ができて、今はもう賛成反対自分決められないと思ってたんですよね。で、ライリーに聞いたら、ライリーはやっぱり反対っていう、それは意図的にやってるからっていう、まあ、ここのね、ラインが人それぞれなんか違ったりするかなと思うんですけど、そうそう。Yeah, last year when I was about to get on board, taking an airplane, a group of people were having lunch or dinner at a restaurant right in front of the airport counter. So that was in the airport building. Then
Okay.
a kid dropped a bottle. Then the family knew he did that in a restaurant, but they never, picked it up. So when I saw it, that was really unacceptable because they were not going to pick it up and then they're going to go away. In that case, what do you think? This is not acceptable, right?
Yeah, I mean, so are you saying they left the restaurant without picking up the bottle?
I was the first who left, so I didn't
Okay.
know. But yeah, all the time they knew, but they never pick it up. So they were not going to pick it up, I guess.
Was the bottle like, I don't know, between tables? Was it
No, under the table.
under their table?
Mm.
Um, I think there's a chance that they could pick it up. For me, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know, but I feel like s- I'm trying to give those people the benefit of the doubt and say like maybe they're leaving the bottle under the table because they don't want the kid to drop it again. So they'll
Mm.
wait until the end of the meal and then they'll pick it
Oh.
up. You
Mm,
know,
mm,
I don't know.
mm.
But it's possible that they could just leave it there. And obviously, if that is what they are going to do, then I think, yeah, that's bad. Of course, like you
そう。
should clean up your
うん。
trash.
そうや
Was it a
な。う
bottle
ん。
that they brought from outside the restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's double bad. I think you probably shouldn't be drinking things that you didn't, pay the restaurant for in the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Then the dad noticed that, and he was kicking a little bit. Then, he was kind of pushing, so that no one could see it or something. So, yeah, what I did was when I was about to leave, I said, "Oh, you dropped it." Then I pick it up. So,
Mm,
I didn't know what would happen, but yeah, perhaps you might have been right. They might have, picked it up when they were leaving.
mm,
But yeah, another problem, yeah, because I brought it up. I mean, I brought this topic. I brought up this topic because another problem that's happening in Japan is littering. And in
mm,
Shinjuku, when I visited last year or 2 years ago, there was a lot of trash on the street. And then people were doing that there. So a lot of
mm.
tourists were putting their trash on the trash again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that could be another problem. That's why I said that. But when you saw people throwing away their things, what would you do? This is going to be the last question.
Um, yeah, I mean, what would I do? I probably wouldn't say anything. I'm not the
Mm,
type to go and say, "Hey, throw that away nicely." I mean, if it was my friend, if it was someone I knew, then
mm,
of course I would say, "Hey, don't do that." Like
mm,
whatever. But I will say that as a foreigner, when I first came to Japan, I was shocked by how few trash cans there are. Like
mm,
there's nowhere to throw away your trash. Like if you let's say there's vending machines everywhere, right?
mm, mm,
Um And sometimes vending machines will have their own trash cans next to them to put your bottle or something. Sometimes they won't. And so like often you'll get trash, or you'll it won't be trash when you get it. You'll get a bottle, you drink everything, and then you have nowhere to throw it away. And it's kind of expected that you take that with you like all the way home.
Yeah.
That's
what we do.
Yeah, that's what Japanese people do, right? And I think that is, it's okay if it's in kind of a, what would you say, like a business area or a residential area. But if it's in kind of a touristy area, those people might not be going home for like 6 hours, right? They might be going out all day to different, tourist areas or whatever. I think that's, if I were designing cities in Japan, I would probably put more trash cans in tourist areas personally.
Yeah, in the past, bombing or like the terrorism happened.
It happened. I know this is a very Japanese thing too. Something happened one time, so now forever that good thing that there was can't be there anymore. It happened in the, what do you call it? We call it TSA in America, the security at a airport, right? In the past, there were people who tried to put like a bomb in a shoe. So now everybody needs to take their shoes off when they ride airplanes. In America, I know in Japan, it's only if you're like wearing boots or whatever. But in America, everybody has to take their shoes off. And then somebody made a bomb using some kind of like chemicals. So now everybody is limited on how many like liquids they're allowed to bring on trains. I think these kinds of things are very unfortunate. One person does a bad thing, like tries to put a bomb in a trash can, and now there's no trash cans. Or somebody puts a bomb in a shoe and now there's no shoes. Well, there's not no shoes, but you have to take your shoes off. Stuff like this is very unfortunate. And I think you should... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. But yeah, there should be some possibilities. So yeah, really unfortunate, but I really understand they have to do it because that the same thing might happen even once in 20 years or something. So, and in other countries, when we are traveling, that's what we do. Like, we carry our trash with us until we go back to the hotel. So, yeah, that's what I said. Like, when they come to Japan, I want them to look it up and research just a little bit and what Japanese people do. And if possible, I want them to respect what I do. So I want them also to carry their trash with them until they go home or go to the hotel.
I mean, that's interesting that you say that, because you said even when Japanese people are in other countries, they do that.
We do.
But that's not a rule in other countries.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is, okay, I'm exaggerating here. I don't think this is really true, but maybe the people at the hotel will say, why do these Japanese people always have so much trash? They always put so much trash in the hotel trash cans. The workers might be upset that the Japanese tourists have more trash than everybody else. I don't think this is true. I'm just giving an example. But what I'm saying is, like, in other countries, that's not a rule, but Japanese people do the Japanese custom in other countries. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but morally, that's better, right? Throwing away on the street. Maybe like in Singapore, people cannot, litter at all because get charged to get fine. They have to pay a fine. So
right.
Yeah, about the moral stuff, I think of course, if Japanese people do something bad because of the Japanese rule or custom, we should change it. But about littering stuff in general, in the world, maybe that's better for us to, take the trash with us, right?
No. Yeah, of course. And I'm not saying that you should litter in other countries, but most other countries have trash cans on the street. You know what I'm saying? So, like, instead of throwing trash away in a trash can, Japanese people might, and again, this is not a big deal. I'm just using it as an example to say, like, what people do in their countries. It's sometimes hard to follow the rules in Japan because it's not normal for them. So when Japanese people go abroad and they don't throw away trash in the trash can on the street, they throw away trash in their hotel room. Maybe, probably not, but maybe the staff at the hotel will think, why do the Japanese people always have so much trash? Blah, blah, blah. I don't, it's just a thing where it's like, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to follow not the rule, but to change the things that you're used to doing in your home country and do them differently when you're traveling.
Yeah, then of course, if there are some trash cans on the street, we do. We also put our trash into them. But my example was, if there were no trash cans on the street, we would do that, like carrying with us.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes. そうですね。なんか、最後、このディスカッションになってたのが、littering、ポイ捨て問題っていうのがやっぱ、日本でもう一個あると思うんですよね。で、僕さっき挙げてたのが、去年、空港でね、とか、それこそ仙台とか北海道のイベント行くときですよ。空港の中にあるココスです。ドラえもんのね、ココスってね、あるんですけど、そのココスの中で、疲れたと思ってご飯食べてたら、前のその観光客の人がお子さん連れでね、ポンってペットボトル落としたんですよね。で、子供が投げたみたいな感じで。で、ライリーの聞いたら、確かにそうだったのかなっていう視点もあるんですけど、パンって見たら、もう、お母さんお父さんとかおばあちゃんもいたんですけど、気づいてるんですけど、もう拾わないんですよね。で、なんか水とか取りに行って戻ってきた時に自分たちの足に引っかかるから、ポンって蹴って、テーブルの奥にするんですよね。で、最初僕気づいてないのかなと思ってたんですけど、いや、これ気づいてるなと思って、もうそれ気になって、僕ハンバーグ食べてたんですけども、ハンバーグ何の味だったか覚えてへんぐらい、そのペットボトルいつ拾うんやろっていうのが気になって、僕そういうのすごい気になっちゃうので、もう気になりすぎて。で、先出てくれ。で、これでペットボトル置いていったら、忘れてますよって、僕、よくゴミ忘れて帰る人たちにね、日本人の人に忘れてますよって言うので、同じことしようと思ってたんですけど、僕の方がさっき食べ終わっちゃって、飛行機も僕さっきやったから出なあかんってなって、もうその時に、落ちてますよって言ったんですよね、その英語でね。you dropped it,、the kid dropped it で言って、拾ったんですよ。なので結局どうだったかわかんないんですけど、ここにも置いて帰らさんぞと思って、どうなったかわかんないですけど言っちゃったんですよね。でもライリーが言ってたのはもしかしたら出る時には拾ってたかもよっていう。確かにそれはそうだったかもなって思いましたが、今これをね、話題に挙げたのは、やっぱり、ポイ捨て問題って、やっぱ話題になると思うんですよね。で、京都とかいろんなところも今、overcrowded でもう人多すぎて、ゴミがやっぱ増えるっていうね。で、だいぶ前に新宿行った時に、新宿の道にゴミ捨ててる人がいて、で、一人が捨てたらみんな捨てるみたいで、外国人がポンポン道に捨ててたんですよね。で、そのお話を、したときに、ライリーが、日本ってやっぱゴミ箱が少ないので、そんなホテルとかまでずっと持って帰れないよと。外国だったらやっぱもっと道にゴミ箱があるんだからっていう。で、最後ディスカッションになってたのが、いや、僕たちは、ホテルまで持って帰るじゃないですか。ペットボトルとかね、リュックに入れて、ちっちゃい頃からそうやってなんかね、リュックとかにゴミ入れるじゃないですか。で、ホテルまで帰るし、もし海外に行ったとしても同じことしますよっていう。つまり言いたいことが、外国人が日本に来るときも、日本ってどんなことするんだろうって、ちょっと知って、ゴミ持って帰るんだとか、やってほしいよなっていうのを今言ってたんですよね。で、そしたらライリーが逆の視点として、外国では道とかでゴミを捨てる。なので、もし日本人がホテルまでゴミ持って帰ってきて、ホテルのゴミ箱に捨ててたら、ホテルのスタッフの人は、なんで日本人ってこんなゴミ持って帰ってくるのってなるかもしれないじゃんっていう。いや、そこはちょっと、なんでしょうね、エクストリームなケースかなっていう、お話ではあったんですけど、で、僕が言ってたのが、いや、道に捨てるバーサス持って帰るだったらゴミ箱にちゃんと捨ててる方が良くないみたいな理論だったんですけど、でもライリーがそれを言ってたのは、道にゴミ箱あったとしても、日本人が持って帰ってきてたら、そう思われちゃうんじゃないっていうお話だったので、いや、道にあったらね、僕たちも捨てますよっていう、でも、なかったとしたら持って帰るよっていうお話。っていうお話を最後してましたね。So, Riley, please understand, if we have or if we see trash cans on the street, we, put our trash into them. So, we're not a hoarder.
Right. No, I understand. Of course I understand.
そう、ホーダーっていうのは、なんかゴミ溜め込む人みたいなね。そう、全部持ち帰る人とかではなくて、道いなかったらってお話ではあります。はい、今日のエピソードはい
かがでしたでしょうか
？Interesting discussion. So we had a lot of things to talk about, but for me that was really interesting.
Yeah, I felt a little bit like I need to defend foreigners, but yeah, I mean, I agree that like it's difficult when foreigners, Japanese people see a lot of bad behavior on, social media or whatever, and they probably don't see so much good behavior from foreigners, right? So it's difficult because, yeah, I don't know how many people, millions of people come to Japan every year, and most people are good, I think, or at least not bad, right? Maybe they make some mistakes here and there, but they're not bad. And yeah, so I think please don't hate foreigners just because some people break the rules.
Yeah.
And at the same time, also, Japanese people, of course, break the rules too. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And most of the things I was talking about in this episode were also things I saw on social media. And
right.
yeah, as I said in the beginning of this episode, I rarely see or saw people who had or have bad manners. So yeah, most of them are really nice, and at the same time, they really understand if we inform them, as Reilly said. And also, yeah, about Japanese people too. For example, on Shinkansen, they leave trash. Then that's what I don't like. And then on the airplane too, people, put the blanket not on the floor, but without fold. But that's too extreme. But for me, I would, fold. Then I put it back where it was. But yeah, sometimes they just put it and then they leave trash. And of course, yeah, foreigners do and Japanese people do. So it's not only about foreign tourists. そう、最後に補足しておきたいのが、ここで今日番組で出てきた変な行動って、マナーの悪い行動っていうのは、僕の場合はネットで見たものが大体で、最後の何でしたっけ、道で新宿でとか、具体的なお話が入ってた時は自分が見たものだったりしますけど、基本は、冒頭でも言いましたように、僕そんなマナー悪い外国人そんな見かけないんですよね。プラス、僕結構言うので、これここですよとか言うので、言ったら理解してくれる人たちいっぱいなので、全然それは、なんでしょうね。みんながみんな悪いとは全然思わないです。むしろいい人たちの方が多いと思います。そこはね、誤解ないようにですよね。ただやっぱニュースとかでもね、そういうの見たりとかするじゃないですか。なので、それによって外国人みんなこうみたいな風に決めちゃう人とかもいると思うんですけど、決してそうはね、ないように僕たちのこのコミュニティはしたいですよね。あとは、日本人もそう、ルール守ってない人もいるよねっていうライリーが言ってたように、そう、本当それで、新幹線とか乗っても、なんか自分の食べたゴミとかそういうのそのまま置いて出る人とか日本人でも全然いますし、飛行機とかでもそうですよね。なんかブランケットとかでもなんかもうぐっちゃぐちゃのままパーンってもう置いて出る人とか、僕だったら、これは僕だったらで、これは言い過ぎの例なのかもですけど、僕だったらなんか畳んでちゃんと元の位置に戻すかなと思うものも、なんかバッてしたり、飲んだもの、食べたものとかを前のポケットに入れたまま出る人とか、そう沖縄この前行った時とかでも全然日本人でもいたのでね、もうそこはどこの国とか決められないんですけど、今日のエピソードを聞いてちょっとでも改めて気をつけようとか、そういう人を見かけた時にどうしたらいいのかっていうのをね考えていただける機会になっていると嬉しいなと思います。はい、僕は英語の外で調べていただくと、X とか YouTube とかインスタとか出てきますので、インスタストーリーが一番よく更新してると思うんですけど、あと X も最近毎日ね、英会話フレーズとか更新してるので、ぜひ英語のソータで調べてご覧いただけたらなと思います。Reilly は Reilly Salman XT で調べると、出てきます。そうだ。僕、目治りました。I recovered from it, from the eye disease. Yes, I'm completely fine now.
Glad to hear that.
So I was really chatty today, right?
Yes.
そう、めっちゃ今日喋ってたでしょ。元気がもう 100% モリモリになりましたので、皆さんいろいろご心配おかけしました。そう、一時はね、視力どうなるのかなと思ってたんですけど、再発もあったりしたんですけど、反対の目も再発したりしてたんですけど、なんとか元気に戻りましたので、またこれからどうぞよろしくお願いします。あんまネガティブな情報言いたくなくて、最近目のこと言ってなかったんですけど、ちょうど2日ぐらい前に病院行って最後の検査 OK になりましたので、あとはちょっと目薬維持して、ぶり返さないようにしていきたいなと思います。では、長いエピソードありがとうございました。また次回のエピソードでお会いしましょう。バイ。
Bye.
Bye. Yes.